Good morning, everyone. In this today's video session, we are going to discuss about our next concept in HTML chapter HTML5 semantic structure elements. So now in this chapter, we are going to discuss about the semantic structure of HTML5. So now currently what we are using in HTML tags, the tags are all compatible with HTML5 version. So your browsers, all browsers are compatible with HTML5 version. So why they introduced this HTML5 means that this new version of HTML in a sense to improve the maintainability and accessibility of web pages. So I already explained in the basic HTML1 version, they are using XHTML 1.0 strict rules. There, if you not close your web opening tag, then your tag will not display the contents. So, and then we need to close the double quotes, and then there are so many strict rules are there. But here in HTML5 version, they remove that all those strict rules. If you just open the tag and then if you type something data, then it will execute the contents in your web page. So the main purpose of introducing this HTML is to improve the maintainability and accessibility of your web pages. Okay, so next year they mainly concentrate on replacing the div tags. So I already explained in previous video sessions, div tags are mainly used for what? Div tag is mainly used to divide the web page. So here you see one example of this web page. So see this example. So here in this web page, they divide the parts. Here you see this one is an heading of your web page. So fundamentals of web development, and then here they have some social media links, and then below that we have navigation bar. So this home, about us, contact us, and then gallery. If you open any web page, you can see this menus. So that menus indicates what it will redirect to the next new page. So that one we mainly called as navigation bars. Okay, that one is navigation bars. Below that we have slider. Okay, and then below that we have some contents. So here our web page itself, it will divide it into some different parts. Okay, before HTML5 was introduced, they divide this web page by using div tags. So I already explained. Okay, for dividing into separate sections. So they introduce this div tags. We are using div tags before HTML5. Now for in HTML5, for each part, if you open any web page, for each web page, the main two things are there, three things. One is header is there, compulsory header is there. So this one we call as header. It defines the heading of your web page, and then footer. Okay, below footer is there. Just like how you prepare your reports in your web pages also look like that. Okay, if you while you are creating reports first you mention header and then below that footer, right? Just like that in web pages. So we have header and footer, and then mainly for best practice we are maintaining navigation bars. Why? Because website is nothing but it's a group of web pages. Each web page we need to, from one web page to another web page, we need to redirect. Means we are going to navigate, or we are going to jumping from one web page to another web page. So that jumping or that moving of web page from one page to another page, for that we use navigation bars. So that is your home, contact us, gallery, and then some about us. Okay, that menu bars. Okay, what you see in your Microsoft Word and all menu bars, like that in our web pages we created navigation bars. So now in HTML5 for header we create header tag. For creating header tag, okay, that predefined element they defined in HTML5. And then for footer tag. For inserting image, figure tag. And then if you want to insert navigation bar, nav tag. Okay, but previous what happened in the sense we are using div for all these different parts, header, footer, navigation bars, and then figure, and then for section means middle, what contents you mentioned. So for all those things, we give same name, div. We are using same element div. But for that div, we are giving different names by using ID and class attributes. So in HTML, we have main 4 core attributes. So if you go to any interview, so regarding web development, they are asking which are the main core attributes of HTML. So the main core attributes of HTML are, one is ID, class, title, and style. Okay, ID, class, title, and style. These 4 are the main 4 core attributes of HTML. Okay, so you don't forget, keep it in your mind. This one is interview question. So the main four core attributes of HTML is ID, class, and title and style. Okay, ID and class mainly we are using to give the names. Give the names to your any element. Okay, for each and every element you can give your own name. Okay, so where we are using this ID and class, that we see in CSS. Actually, for styling, for example, you have two paragraphs. You are using two paragraphs in your web page. Okay, but for each paragraph I want to design separately. For one paragraph I want to give blue color, and another paragraph I like to give red color. Okay, but if you want to style a paragraph, okay, by using element name, okay, we have different types of selectors that we discussed in next chapter. Okay, so that will apply to all the paragraphs. Same color will be applied to all the colors. So now we want to give different colors for different paragraphs. Okay, so there we need to separate that paragraphs by providing some name. For giving name we are using ID and class. Okay, ID is unique name. ID actually is unique name. Okay, you don't give multiple names to the particular paragraph, but if you are using class you can give multiple names. You can give multiple names, just like your other number is unique, right? Okay, you can't get another new other number. Okay, you can get only one other number, that is ID. Class name is just like your name. You have one name in your house, so pet names are there, right? So many pet names like that. For class you can give multiple names. So where they we use ID, where they we use class, that we see when we go to CSS. Okay, these two are the main core attributes. And then next one is title. Title, are you observed in some of the web page, if you move your cursor to the particular content, it will show the description of that content, right? So for providing the description, we are using title attribute, not an element. And then style, for designing web page, in CSS. So by using style itself, inline elements means inside that element only we can design by using style element. So style attribute. Okay, these are the four main core attributes. So now in div we are using class and ID. By using class and ID we are giving different names. So but that will get confused. So in your web page you have plenty of division tags. So you can't remember which name you are giving for which div. So you have to go and search, and then you have to design. So that is quite hectic job. So to reduce that accessibility and to reduce the burden of remembering the div names, okay, they introduced new tags in HTML. So that new tags are, listen here. So these are the new tags they introduced in HTML5. Okay, so see here they created one HTML. Okay, so listen here. So here, this one is the one web page they created. So first they created, obviously they created ID, header, okay, and below that they created one navigation bar, and then content bar, and then story, okay, for story one division, and then for another content, and then at the below footer is there. Okay, footer is there. So here you see, so now this div, for all this division we are using div tag, but we are giving different IDs, different ID. One ID for header, and then for footer ID they created. Okay, wherever you thought that one is the only uniqueness, wherever you feel that block is unique. Okay, I don't want to give multiple names for that one. There you use ID, and then wherever you want to design for differently by providing different names. So for that type of divisions, they are giving class name. So for differentiate, okay, so now we can't design by using div name. Okay, now we have to design by using ID name and class name. But here for all the division blocks, we are using what? Only one element called div. Now they are going to replace in HTML5 for header, they introduce header tag. This one is also work like same division, but we are going to give some name representation for that particular part. Okay, for header, first one is header, and second one you see here header group. Okay, header group. Inside that header, okay, see here, okay, this one is your web page. So in this web page, see, listen, this one we considered as header actually. So in this header here we mentioned the title, and then here we mentioned the social links. So this one we call as header group. Inside header you can call header group tag. So that's why first one is header and then header group, where h group is nothing but header group, where we call this header group inside header. Inside header, if you want to create separate groups, so for that we use h group tag element. And then next third one is navigation bar. I already told for menu bars. See, listen here menu bars are there, right? Okay, if you open any web page, menu bars are there. For creating that menu bars, so we are using nav, but inside that we are using the same procedure, listed ul li, unordered list or ordered list elements we can use. Mainly for best practice, I will explain while you come to lab. I will explain how to create navigation bar. For that, mainly we are using unordered list. Okay, unordered list is the same thing we are using, and then anchor tag we are using. Okay, and then fourth one, for that, for navigation bar, they introduce nav tag. And then for fourth one, okay, this one is fourth one, this one is for navigation bar only. And then fifth one, section. Below that navigation bar, we are providing what contents. Okay, what exactly you want to explain in your website or represent in your website, that we mentioned in the middle part actually of your web page. In that middle part, that entire middle part, they named as section. You can consider it as section. So inside that section, we can divide it into article. Article means if you just provide a description about your web page, so for that you can use article. And then if you want to insert image, then for that you use figure. And then we have fig caption. Fig caption means for providing name to your image. Are you observed if you open any textbooks, in the textbooks, what is there below that image or above that image or in the right or left side of that image, they provide the name, caption to that image. Okay, figure 1.1, this is that this image, like that. Okay, so that was fig caption. Okay, if you want to mention that name, fig caption tag. And then aside means here, okay, here not there, but in some of the website, if you open video website, okay, wait, I try to open video website, www.vtu.ac.in, right? So now I try to open video website. Okay, wait. In that website, sidebar is coming. One sidebar providing some notification information. It may be in right side or left side of your content section, means in your section. Okay, so that aside, if you want to mention some links and some of the flash news, so for that we are using aside tag. And the below, obviously, we are using footer tag. Okay, so these are all the new tags they introduced in HTML5. Okay, this one is the actual structure of HTML5, and then this one is very important question for your examination. Okay, I hope you all understand the structure of HTML5. Okay, so next we see one by one, so how HTML5 will work. So see here, this one is here they are replacing the div tag with HTML5 tags. So that same thing they mentioned here. All these div elements can make the resulting markup confusing and hard to modify. Developer typically try to bring some sense and order to div chose by using a ID or class names that provides some clue as to their meaning as shown in the following figure. So I already told, so the div tags are creating confusion. So to modify that one, they have introduced this new tag. So header and footer, most website pages have recognizable header and footer section. Typically, the header contains the site logo and title. So horizontal navigation bar links, yes, and then perhaps one or two horizontal banners. We have already